Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yay. Good morning, whoever just joined me. Okay. Just got a couple minutes. I gotta write a couple things down. And this morning we are going to need a golf ball or a piece of doweling. So if you have a golf ball or some sort of ball kicking around the house, you can grab that. And if you don't, doweling is basically like a broom handle. So you can just get a little piece of whatever you mop or sweep with and just unscrew the top, and then you'll be good. And if you don't have a golf ball or a broom, it's all good. It won't be a huge section of what we're doing today, but if you can find a golf ball, I know my Sonoma crew has lots of golf balls, or a piece of doweling, again, just a broom or a mop or a Swiffer, you just pull the top off and we'll be ready to rock. I don't know who's there, but I will say good morning to as many people as I think are there. So good morning, Rhonda. And good morning, Shelly. And good morning, Gail. And good morning, Susan and Val. And good morning, Maggie and Donna and Brenda. I know Brenda, I saw Brenda popped on my Facebook, so I guess that maybe she's there too. And good morning, Helgi, and maybe Irma, and Patty, and oh, we just lost someone. Where'd they go? Okay, I just have, and Muriel. Good morning, Muriel, and am I forgetting anyone? I don't know who's there, but if you want me to say good morning, just shoot me an email after class and say, hey, Laura, say hi to me next time. Okay, so we're going to get going in about a minute. So again, if you just popped on, because 3 of you just popped on, see if you can find a golf ball or a piece of doweling like a broom handle would do. Okay. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Okay. All right, we're gonna get going. Make sure you have a golf ball or a little piece of doweling, something so that we can do the whole foot massage thing. So I got a wonderful request this week for a class to help calm anxiety and stress. I know right now there's been a lot of change and a lot of transition and a lot of unknown, and so feeling stress or fear or worry are completely natural responses to having our lives uprooted and not knowing if or when they will go back to that feeling of safety and security. So today we are going to focus on soothing ourselves so that we are better able to handle those stresses and those challenges as they come. So we'll start by finding a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to get cozy with my blanket this morning because it's a little chillier here today. And once you're comfy, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Taking a moment to ground down into your seat. Exhaling any concern, any tension. Lengthening through your spine. Relaxing your face, your throat, your shoulders. And just making sure you're comfortable in your seat. So this morning we're going to practice sitali, which is a cooling and soothing breath. What you're going to do is you're going to stick your tongue out and curl it, like when you're a kid. So it's a bit of a hereditary thing whether you can actually curl it, but that's what, you don't need to make that sound, but that's what it's going to look like. Is we're just going to curl the tongue and we're going to inhale through the mouth, close the mouth, and exhale through the nose. Stick out your tongue, inhale. Release your tongue, close your mouth, exhale through your nose. Stick out your tongue. Relax your mouth and exhale through your nose. You can keep going at your own pace. Your breath does not need to be as long or as big or as slow as mine was. Go at your own pace. You want your breath to be easy and comfortable. So if you feel like you're holding or struggling, just relax and go at your pace. Continuing to inhale through the tongue and exhale through the nose. Last few rounds here. As you finish up with this last cycle of sitali, let your breath return to its natural flow. Notice what you feel. notice how you feel. When you're ready, we'll open our eyes and come back into the room. You can do that anytime, especially good if you're feeling frustrated or anxious, just to stop and do that just for a couple of minutes to help shift your energy and get you grounded again. Okay. Let's move on to our back. Feet hip-width distance apart. Flat in the floor. Arms alongside your body. And ground down through your feet. On your exhale, feel the connection of the soles of your feet in the earth. Now feel your sacrum, the back, low back. As you exhale, let that press into the earth. Make sure there's room, length in your torso. So if that means taking your shoulders a little further away from your waist, you can do that now. And then let your shoulders settle back into the earth. As you exhale, press into your palms and your shoulders, feeling your connection with the earth. And last but not least, subtle tuck of your chin towards your chest to lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhaling to press the back of your head into the floor. Feel your feet, your hands, your shoulders, all of this engaging into the earth. We're going to inhale to lift our hips. And exhale to bring it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And keep going with the pace of your own breath. Again, trying to keep it nice and easy. No struggle. Adapting to what works for you. And honoring your body's needs and limitations this morning. We'll do one more cycle here. And coming back down to the earth. One more time, we'll feel the feet, the sacrum, the low back, the hands, the shoulders, and the heaviness of your head. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. And then release your arms and your legs long. Stretch it out. Reach out through your heels and your toes. I don't know if you understood that. My husband always laughs when I yawn words at him. He's like, I don't know what you were saying. I said, reach out through your hands and your toes. What? You don't understand when I mumble things? Okay, when you're ready, come on up to all fours. So finding ways to soothe when we're stressed is really helpful. Helps reduce our anxiety, helping get grounded. So feeling our connection to the earth, whether that's with those bridge lifts or maybe a walk in the grass or a walk in the trees or a walk on the beach. Nature can be very grounding, you know. We're going to come on to all fours. Now, our next one is going to help activate our core. So drawing into our center, knowing our inner strength. And also it requires some concentration. So sometimes when I'm stressed, I find having something to focus on or even having something just to distract me for a little bit is really helpful. So come on to all fours. Hips over top of your knees. Shoulders over top of your wrists. Spread your fingers nice and wide and press the earth away. Let's do a couple cat-cows to get warm here. Focusing on that movement in your sacrum. Feeling the tailbone, the low back, the low belly. Feeling the earth underneath your hands. Underneath your knees. And underneath the tops of your feet. Now come to neutral. We want to take the lower dosis out of your back, so the natural curve of your spine in your low back. So point your tailbone back. So normally we have this little dip here. Point your tailbone back and hug your belly in. Now keep your belly hugging in. Hip bones and rib cage are drawing into each other. We're charging up this center of power and strength in our core, our center. I'm going to send the right leg back. Keep the right toes on the ground. And then you'll notice your right hip naturally kind of wants to lift up. Square it back to the floor. And keep hugging your belly in. Now, send your left arm out and keep hugging into center. So as you reach forward with your fingertips, then plug your arm back into your shoulder socket. Keep hugging your belly in. And if you want more challenge, you can lift your right leg without letting your right hip open up. So square your right hip to the floor. Hug your thigh bone into your hip socket. Now you can stay here, focusing on your breath, focusing on your strength at your center. Or if you want, we'll inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, but keep hugging into center. Keep that core strength. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. For those of you that are holding, just one more breath here. Good. Come on down. Take your knees nice and wide. Sit your heels back. And let your palms face up. Let your shoulders relax. Let your head come to the floor or to a block. Let your breath come back to its natural flow. How do you feel in that right hand, that right arm? How do you feel in that left hand and that left arm? How do you feel on the right side of your torso, your belly? I've just placed my hands here and I can actually feel a difference of what's been fired up and activated and what's still relaxed. So that was so much fun. We're going to activate the other side. When you're ready, come back up onto all fours. Shifting out of child pose. And let's get that lower dosis out of our back. So instead of letting your bum stick up in the air, point your tailbone back. Hug your belly in. Draw everything into center. Spread your fingers wide and push the floor away from you. If your wrists are bothering you, we need to activate your hands more. When you're ready, we're going to send the left leg back. Squaring the left hip to the earth, hugging the belly, hugging the rib cage and the hip bones towards each other. Staying long through the crown of your head, and when you're ready, we'll send the right arm out. Square the right shoulder back down, plug the right arm into the right shoulder. And we'll lift this left leg. And again, as you lift your left leg, drop your left hip to the floor, engage here. Welcome to stay here, focusing on your balance, or when you're ready, inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach without losing the integrity at your center, still hugging in, and exhale. 2 more. All right, come on down. Knees nice and wide, palms face up. Resting in child's pose. Noticing what you feel. Are you still breathing? If you aren't, it's always a good time to start. Are you ready for another round of sitali? All right, find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Sit up nice and tall. Stick your tongue out. When you're ready, inhale through your tongue. Close your mouth, relaxed, exhale through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Continue at your own pace. Just a couple more rounds here. All of these little practices are great to do first thing in the morning or just before bed. But one of the things I find really helpful is stopping throughout the day when agitated or stressed or unsure and taking a couple minutes to meditate or practice this breath work or pray or journal or any of the tools that you like to use to get grounded again. Last breath here. Come back into the room. When you're ready, make your way up to standing. All right, let's find our way into Tadasana. My jokes, that was a new one. It just came to me on the spot. But you know what? It doesn't matter if I cannot hear you laughing because I always think I'm pretty funny. And you don't have to be good at something, or I don't have to be good at something to enjoy it. All right, take a look at your feet. Make sure they're still there. Lift and spread your 10 toes, or however many toes you have this morning. Now, activate your super-powered mind control and see if the toes want to go down one at a time. They may or may not listen to you. All right, once they're down there, just gently shift your weight. Feel the ball of your feet the outer edge of your feet, the arch and the inner edge of your feet. Feel your heels, the entire sole of your feet. As you exhale, ground down into the earth. Now, open your palms, relax your shoulders. Drop your tailbone and gently lift your diaphragm. Subtle reaching down through your fingers. Lengthening through the back of your head. Let any holding wash out of your face. And breathe. Gratitude is another excellent practice to combat our worry or our fear. If we're having financial insecurity, we might want to acknowledge all of the things that we have, like a roof over our head and food on the table, or a loving partner, or a sweet pet, or our health. So let's take a moment here to practice our gratitude and think of something that we're grateful for. Maybe even multiple things that we're grateful for. And just take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate those things. Taking a big breath in and letting it go. All right, open your eyes, come back into the room. I am grateful that I still get to connect with everybody all over the world. And it's really cool. I can see when people watch my videos in Germany or China or wherever. It makes me feel really good to know that we can still stay connected in the current circumstance. Okay, come to the top of your mat. Step back with your right foot. Right foot is going to take a 45-degree angle. Left foot's going to point forward. Both legs are going to be long and strong. So the knees aren't locked out, but they're not bent. Tailbone down, belly in. You reach the arms front and back. Flip your palms up and relax your shoulders. And as you exhale, ground down through your feet. If you feel secure in your balance here, or if you want to challenge, close your eyes and focus on feeling your feet. Your roots grounding down into the earth. Keeping you connected. Open your attention to your core, to your belly, to your center, your place of strength. As you exhale, feel your belly hug in, lightly engage here. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if that feels good for you. If you want to bring your eyes or your gaze back into the room, just send the hips back and gently tilt the pelvic bowl forward or towards your front foot. And then we'll windmill the hand. So bottom hand can come wherever it naturally lands. It might come on the inside of your thigh, your shin, might come down towards the floor. And then right hand is going to reach straight up to the sky like a little tug of war. Now, you're welcome to look up to your top thumb, maybe even twist your thumb back. So that'll open your chest, open your arm, a little external rotation here. And if that's not comfortable in your neck, just keep your head in alignment with the rest of your spine. Both legs are staying strong and straight. Now, if you're feeling adventurous here, close your eyes. Feel your feet grounding down. Exhale to feel your belly still hugging in. Then feel the length from your tailbone all the way up the crown of your head. Open through your chest. Imagine a giant friend or a higher power grabbing your right hand and pulling you all the way up. Point all 10 toes towards me. Drop your tailbone. Hug that core, that center strength back in. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. You can place your hands wherever you feel most supported. Grounding down through your feet. Using your exhale to draw your strength into center. One more breath in and out. Gently bend your knees, press down through your feet to rise up. And we're going to point the right toes forward, left foot on a 45-degree angle as we get set up on the other side. Ground down through your feet. Make sure your tailbone's not pointing back. Hug your tailbone in. So drop your tailbone, pull your belly in. Reach your arms out and flip your palms up. Option to close your eyes. Exhaling to cultivate your connection with the earth, grounding down through your feet. Move your focus to your belly. Exhale your diaphragm in and up. Getting ready to move forward. Reach forward. And then windmill your arm down. Lengthening up through this left hand. Again, you can open your thumb back behind you. Find a place where your head and neck are comfortable. Reconnecting with the earth. Exhale to ground into your feet. Legs stay long and strong. Exhaling to your belly, to your center, to your place of power. Lengthening from that back hip all the way up the crown of your head. And then opening through your chest, reaching down through your right fingertips and up through your left. Imagine a big giant friend grabbing your left hand, pulling you all the way up, and pivot all 10 toes forward. Tailbone down, belly in. We're going to stick that tongue out again, and we're going to use our sitali in this forward fold. So, tongue out, inhale. Close your mouth, exhale through your nose as you come forward. Find a spot where you can settle in again. Inhale through your tongue. Like you're drinking in that air. Exhale through your nose, nice and easy. Bend your knees, ground down through your feet. Come up. And bring your legs back together for Tadasana. All right, time to gently move that head from side to side, getting those crunchy bits out. Roll out the shoulders. Okay. Find your golf ball or your piece of doweling. Either will work magically. So this is another thing that I like to do to help ground when I'm stressed, anxious, especially before bed. Usually I ask my husband to do this for me, but he's in the other He's in the other room working right now. So we're going to have to do a self foot massage. So either on your doweling or on your golf ball. Again, if you don't have a doweling, you can just unscrew the broom head from your broom and that'll work just fine. Or any other type of ball that's small that you can stand on. So I'm going to start on my right side. I'm going to start with the ball or the doweling at where my big toe and first toe kind of meet. And I'm just going to pulse in and out here. Just letting some weight in, noticing which way my foot wants to go, noticing if there's any tender spots, any perhaps spots that are screaming. And then I'm going to just let my weight drop in to one of those spots. Just take a couple nice breaths here. You can even use that sitali breathing if you like here. All right, I'm going to release my weight and I'm going to, so if you're on the doweling, you're just going to move your foot slightly forward. If you are on the golf ball, you're going to rock from side to side here. Maybe a couple circles. We're looking for another spot. Ooh, I found one. It is not pleasant. You don't have to keep your hands anywhere specific. I find it really comfortable to keep a hand on my belly. That's another very soothing thing for me. For me and the dog, we like to have belly rubs. I haven't taught him how to rub my belly yet, but it's coming. Okay, so pulsing into this next spot. And then when you're ready, we're going to settle into it. Oh, and if it's a bad spot for you like mine, make sure that you're not holding tension elsewhere. I often find if I'm tense, it goes into my shoulders or my jaw. So any of those places that you like to hold your tension, keep them relaxed, and let's take our breaths here. Good. We're going to keep it moving. Rolling to about the center of the foot, finding the inner arch, the outer edge. Looking for that third spot that we may or may not want to get into. Whew, I got one. All right. When you're ready, let a little bit of weight drop in there. And you don't need to put all your weight into it. You don't need to lean forward. It's really up to you where you want to take this to. So find a spot that's manageable, a spot where you can breathe without profanity in your brain. When you're ready, we'll send a bit of weight into it, or however much weight we want to, and let's breathe. Good. Roll it out. Get the back of your ankle or heel rather. Find, that last sweet or not so sweet spot. A little bit of weight in and out here. And when you're ready, we'll breathe in and out. Last one here. Good. Roll out the doweling or the ball all over your foot. Okay. Let it go for a second. Take your foot slightly behind you, so top of the foot into the ground, and then put some weight down there so that you are opening your ankle, stretching the front of your shin. Take a breath in and out. Shake it all about. Put both of your feet flat on the ground and just notice what you feel here. All right, let's make the jealous foot a little less jealous. We'll start with our golf ball or our doweling. Again, in between the first two toes, the big toe and the first toe. A little bit of pulsing. And finding a spot that you want to settle into. Tongue out, breathing in. Close your mouth out the nose. One more here. All right, let's wander into other areas of that foot. See what's speaking to us on this side. Often it is very different from one side to the other. Find that second area to kind of pulse into. When you're ready, we'll settle into it. Sipping the air through our tongue. Releasing through our nostrils. Like I said earlier, you can practice these techniques all throughout the day. So, if you're having a conversation and you feel agitated and you have nowhere to hide, you can just do this. And if someone's like, "What are you doing, weirdo?" you can say, "Oh, I'm sipping my imaginary margarita to chill out, or whatever it is that pleases you. All right, let's keep rolling. Getting to the middle of the foot. Looking for another spot to explore, pulsing a couple times. And then, settling in. Drinking our imaginary drink. All right, and let's explore one more area of the foot on this side. Finding somewhere, maybe towards the back of the heel. Pulsing in and out. Letting it settle in and taking our breaths here. All right, one last time, let's roll it out. Get the ball or the doweling out of the way. Let the back of your left foot come onto the top of the floor. Send a little bit of weight forward to stretch the ankle, the shins, breathing in and out. All right, come on down to the floor. If you're feeling a little bit serious, if you're feeling a little bit stressed, we're going to do one more of my favorite breaths. I know my Sonoma crew knows this. It is horse breath, and it is just like it sounds. You're going to breathe in, and then out through your mouth. In, out through your mouth. One more time. Okay. Legs out long in front of you. Walking back onto your sitting bones. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach forward. Let your hands fall wherever they're comfortable. Your head and neck relax. Exhale to feel your heels and your ankles, whatever's connecting with the earth. Exhale to feel your calves pressing down. The space between your knees and the floor. Exhale to feel the part of your thighs or maybe just your bottom pressing into the earth. With each breath out, We become a little more grounded, a little more connected with the earth beneath us. One more breath here. Gently look towards your toes, walk yourself up. Take your hands back behind you, opening your fingers away from your body. Press down through your bum, press down through the palms of your hands, lift your heart, lift your sternum, gently look up. Shoulders draw together on your back. We're going to do a horse breath here, in and out. In and out. One more time. All right, slowly come up. Walk your hands in. Fingers facing outward. So instead of behind you, out to either side. So 3 and 9 o'clock. Yeah. Feet come into the floor. Knees are going to stack over the heels. Bum is going to come up in line with your knees. And then push into the arms to open your chest. Breathing in. Horse breath out. In and out. One more time, feeling grounded through your hands and your feet. All right, come on down. Release these legs out in front of you. Come onto your back. Give your right knee or your right thigh a hug. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Left hand to right knee. Right arm, right shoulder, heavy on the floor as we come into our twist. Gently come back to center. Release your left leg long. Release your right leg long. Hug your left knee in. Right hand to left knee. Make your way into your twist. I don't know if you guys can hear Nacho, the guard dog, making some noise in the background. He's about 7 pounds of pure, non-terrifying fury. And gently come back to center. Now, if you do not have a wall, you can finish with a traditional Shavasana. But if you do have a wall, I highly recommend our legs up the wall pose. This is one of the fastest ways to activate your relaxation response, your parasympathetic nervous system. So you can get your legs up the wall any way you like. The way I like to do it is sit right next to the wall, bring my back down, and then with my bum against the wall, I'll bring my legs up. Or anything else that's comfortable for you here. If you need a blanket, a pillow, whatever you want to get cozy, please feel free to do that now. And I'll invite you to let your hands rest on your belly for our final resting pose here today. Letting your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Letting your head and your face relax. Letting whatever's touching the ground soften, connect with the earth. Each exhale, softening, releasing any tension. As we settle into stillness. Slowly coming back to your breath. Stick that tongue out one last time, drinking in the air. Exhaling through the nose. Inhaling through the tongue. Exhaling through the nose. Last round here. Slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. If you're on the wall, bend your knees, give yourself a little hug. If you're on the floor, well, we're all on the floor, but if you're in Shavasana, you can hug your knees into center as well. Take your time and find your way to a comfortable seat. Ground down through your sitting bones. Feel your connection to the earth. And bring your hands together at your heart. Inhale gratitude. Exhale your worry. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I hope this practice helps you feel more grounded and less worried. Couple other resources that I love. I'll figure out, I think I can post a link here, but there's a really great book by David Burns on cognitive behavioral therapy. So it just gives us exercises to kind of catch our worrisome thoughts and challenge them and change them. And as someone who suffered from really bad anxiety for probably decades and has lived, well, those of you that know me, I'm pretty worry-free. I'm pretty easygoing now for about the last decade. It's this stuff has worked for me. So happy to support you in any way I can. Guys, open for requests for next week. Feel free to shoot me an email or drop a comment here. And stay healthy, stay happy, and lots of love. Namaste.